And welcome back, everyone, to Mizzou Hockey TV. My name's Luca Vitale. Joining me today is Charlie Walker. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to be on the show. Talk a little bit.
Yeah, so the alum that I had in the past couple of weeks, they'll be back around matcha tournament, national sort of time when obviously they'll share their expertise and all that good stuff. But for you, just sort of talk about yourself just a little bit for the fans, because obviously you've been a hot topic for the last couple of weeks.
I'm Charlie Walker. I'm a sophomore. I've been playing hockey for the majority of my life since I was around 6. Played in high school, played some clubs growing up. I think it's most fun. Playing for Mizzou has been outstanding. I've made so many good friends, a lot of good mentors. It's been a blast.
Yeah, so before we sort of pivot to this Arkansas series, I sort of just want to discuss what sort of transpired during your guys' time off, rather. So first things first, you guys are adding 3 new players to this team, and freshmen, I might add, actually, in forwards Ethan DeGroat and Mason Budde, and then you got that two-way player in Tyler Williams who can play offense and defense. So what do these sort of guys, what do they bring to the table, and how do they get Mizzou to the ultimate goal, which is a national championship?
Starters, I think they're really good guys. I mean, they have tremendous skill in playing hockey. They are very great. They're going to help us out a lot. I've known Tyler Williams for a really long time. He's a really good player. Everyone's really good. They're going to help us out quite a lot.
Yeah, so what do they exactly bring to this team? Because some fans may not know who these 3 players are, but what do they exactly bring to this team to get to that next level?
They bring speed. I mean, they're just really great hockey players. Tyler Williams, he's got a great shot. He's real fast. He's tall. Mason Budde and Ethan DeGroat, they're fast. They're good players. They're smart hockey players. They're going to help us out.
So during that time frame off as well, it was announced that Mizzou assistant coach Bob Bucher is now going to serve as the head coach beginning this half of the season. Can you sort of explain the impact that Bucher has had on the players on this team and what he's been able to do to have this sort of success on the team?
Booker's been a pretty great coach. He knows what he's doing. Everything he says, it just makes sense and is helping us get better. He gives us good systems we can run through. We're feeling it, like feeling good about him. He asks us questions how we're feeling about what's going on with the team. He's been a great coach.
Yeah, what is the impact he's had just on the locker room in general, obviously, because you guys are 14-1-1 and the success you guys have been able to have. What impact has he had in the locker room?
I think he helps us take this game more seriously, I guess. And he can joke around with us. We can have fun with him too. It's always great to have him around. But he helps us take the game seriously and keep what we need to do, like keep us going, keep us fired up.
Well, speaking of success that you guys have actually had, we talked about the 14-1-1 record. You guys are obviously getting a promotion going into next season, playing in D2 in the Gold division rather, excuse me. So being able to renew rivalries like SLU and U of I, how did you and your teammates, how did you guys sort of take in that news when you heard about it?
Oh, we're all super excited. We really want to compete at a higher level because we know we can. And it's just been really fun, honestly. When we found out, everyone was really excited. We got practice that day. We all just got super pumped up, took it hard that practice.
So
Really fun.
oh, sorry about that.
That's
So
all right.
during this month off, I did have the opportunity to catch some of your former teammates on this very show. And one of them, in Holden Carroll, did mention that you actually played a summer league with him this past summer. Can you just sort of talk to us? What was that like, just sort of to play with a former teammate that is no longer on the team, unfortunately?
It was a lot of fun. It was good to see him. I mean, I only played with him for half a season last year, but even then, seeing him again this summer, having a good 3-on-3 tournament, it was really good to see him again and to play hockey against him.
Did that sort of help you sort of in this first half of the season, ending the last 5 games with 13 points, that sort of contribute to your success a little bit?
I think so. I think what it really is just I'm getting a lot more comfortable in my position on the team, and I'm getting really close with all the guys on the team. I'm just more comfortable in what I'm doing on the ice. So I guess it's just comfort, really.
That's good. So we talked about the couple couple first games of the season. So we're talking SLU, Illinois State, Ole Miss. We are really talking about the Andrew Knapp, Danny Rudman, and Nick Spolik line. But the last couple of series to sort of end the half of the season, we're talking Arkansas, Missouri State, Maryville. It was really your line with Aaron Hemmer and Nate Austin. Can you sort of just talk to us? How did you guys was it just chemistry? What made everything click in such a way that you guys were sort of stealing the headlines from the first line?
I think it has to do with chemistry and also kind of just puck luck. I mean, there's no denying first line with Andrew Knapp and them. They are incredibly good players, but sometimes it just doesn't go, and we're lucky enough to have puck luck sometimes and we can score.
So, like Holden, some of your former teammates, they have returned to Jefferson City to check a few games out this season, and others, they've watched the streams. The majority of them had one common response when I sort of spoke with them, and let's take a look at that.
He started on our fourth line last year on our team, and it was one of those things. He just had this wall, all these walls up around, and we were trying to get him to smile when he was playing because he was so serious about everything. And then all of a sudden, I'd go to check the scores after work of the Mizzou games that weekend. I see he gets back-to-back hat tricks.
I think everybody knew what kind of a goal scorer he could be. And I don't think that, necessarily last year he got off to the start that he wanted to, and maybe was playing a little farther down in the lineup than he wanted to. But I think it was just a matter of time for him.
He's relentless on the forecheck. He never gives up on a puck, never gives up on a play. I love playing with him last year. He was always battling in the corners, always finding me in front of the net. Making it really easy for me to score, just always putting the puck right on my stick. And I also knew I could pass it to him, and he's probably going to get a scoring chance out of it every time he touches the puck. He's a great player.
All right, so Charlie, those are some of your former teammates just talking about you and how you've elevated your play to a whole new level. So just your thoughts on their response.
Honestly, it makes me really happy. I love the older guys. They were great mentors to me. It's great hearing that kind of thing. I love playing with them, and it means a lot.
So you guys are opening the second half of your guys' season on the road this weekend, I might add, against the 12th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks. You guys are entering 14-1-1, winners of 8 straight. And, well, how do you ride this wave of momentum going into Springdale despite being a month off?
We can't take them lightly just because we won last time. They're going to be a good team. They're going to want to come back and beat us because we swept them. We're going to have to try as hard as we can as practice to get the legs under us again. And we're just going to have to try as hard as we can to try and get the same result as last time.
Yeah, you guys were obviously off for a month. Can you just sort of talk to us, the fans, and just myself in general? What is that like, just being off for a whole month, not playing a game? What is that like for you guys?
Feels really weird. It really does something to you, and it's not really a good thing because it feels so weird to get back on the ice that first time. But it's good we're having practices coming up before our game so we can all get our feet under us again and be prepared for this weekend.
You mentioned how you guys played the Razorbacks back in November at home and swept them. So this is obviously a team that you guys have an idea what to expect, and vice versa for Arkansas for you guys. Does that sort of familiarity, does it help you guys in a way to sort of exploit their weaknesses as opposed to just watching the tape and then sort of executing because you've already played them twice?
I think that honestly, if we just play our game, we're going to be able to handle them. I don't really think we change the way we play a whole lot of the time to match other teams. We like to play our style because our style is so dominant. And I think if we do that, we're going to have a pretty good weekend coming up.
You've been off a month, obviously. We talked obviously about the series, obviously a really big series because Arkansas is going to be a little bit hungry trying to get that revenge against you guys. But when we sort of talk about the familiarity, we sort of talk about all this stuff. How are you guys able to not come out and show a ton of rust? Because it has been a month.
We've all been going on the ice over break just so we're not completely not skating. We really have to be skating the whole time to be ready. And I feel like a lot of us have done that. But I'm not sure. I think we're going to be ready because all of us have been skating and we all want to win. We all know what we want this year. We want to win nationals, and that's our goal. So we're gonna have to not give up.
Definitely a good goal to have. I mean, I'm sure all the fans would love to see a natty on that resume of your guys's. And speaking of natty, you guys were on that squad last year that earned a bid to the Nationals. However, as you know, it didn't come without adversity. I mean, you guys were 6-6-1 at the break. It sort of seemed like a long shot to get that opportunity to go to Boston, to even get the chance to sort of get a natty. However, you guys strung 13 straight wins that second half, including the program's first matcha championship. You got wins in Boston, but unfortunately you weren't able to win that national championship. However, you guys are in a much better situation than this time last year, 14-1-1. What is the importance of applying that same mentality this year as like last year's? What's the importance of that?
Well, we can't go into there thinking we're going to have an easy time. There are plenty of really good teams out there that could challenge us. And I think having this kind of headspace of we need to win this is what our goal is really going to help us out, because we can't just walk in there and expect to win. No one's going to give us that.
Yeah, and just sort of after that first half of the season, what would you say? What is the biggest takeaway you have from yourself after that first half? What did you learn the most about yourself?
I learned I needed to play with more confidence to start the season, and I started doing it and starting to work out more. I'm thinking as a team, we're all just playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more chemistry. We're all great friends. We all get along great. So it's really helping that we're all getting along and all that.
And what's the message going into the second half?
Keep it up. We can't stop. We have to try harder because it's not going to be easy. We can't relax at all. We have to keep our foot on the gas.
And just getting in that top 5 in the rankings, obviously. The new rankings are actually coming out very shortly later this week, but checking in a number 5 before the new rankings sort of come out. What does that say about this team?
It means we're someone to be messed with. Everyone seems like they're going to be scared of us. We're a good team, and I think we deserve the spot in the rankings that we're at. So I definitely think teams should be scared of us.
What are your 3 keys to this series against Arkansas? What do you need to do to get a series win against the Razorbacks?
I think we need to stay consistent on our forecheck, because when we run it properly, no one can really stop us. And I think we need to play good defensive zone coverage, and we can't take penalties. Without our defensive zone, or if we're taking dumb penalties, we're not going to have a shot because they're going to overrun us. But if we just play our game, I know we can sweep them if we play well.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Mizzou Hockey TV. Be sure to follow us on social media, check out our website, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Again, my name is Luca Vitale. Joining me, Charlie Walker. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.